welcome to Arsenal Online. Just hit the subscription and notification button for all updates. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. Gunners let 2-goal lead slip in Thriller. Arsenal's title credentials were given a thorough examination at Anfield as the leaders squandered the chance for first win since 2012 but emerged just about unscathed from 2-2 draw that opened the door for rivals Manchester City. Having taken a comfortable 2-0 lead inside half an hour through Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, Granit Xhaka's inexplicable decision to clatter into Trent Alexander-Arnold off the ball lit the fuse and turned what had been something of procession into a fairy encounter. Mohamed Salah's goal just before the break posed a few questions for Mikel Arteta's side, and while they were fortunate, the Egyptian international missed an early second-half penalty. Roberto Firmino's late equalizer meant Ghana's lead over City was reduced to 6 points over the weekend, having played a game more. The pressure looked like it was starting to tell on Arsenal as Salah twice and Ibrahim Konate also had chances to snatch a winner later on, but they managed to leave with a vital point. But for all the techniques on the pitch, the most controversial and frankly bizarre incident came at a halftime with assistant referee Konstantin Hazetit's apparent elbow on defender and Robertson as he complained to the official, having already sparked an investigation from referring body PGMOL. Having coasted into a comfortable lead, courtesy of what has become increasingly common lax defending, Arsenal had the game completely under their control, only to start scrap by needlessly antagonizing their opponents and the home crowd. They should have learned their lesson from last season when Arteta picked a fight with Jurgen Klopp on the touchlines with the match goalless and left Anfield with his tail between his legs after a 4-0 humbling. However, this Arsenal team are much more streetwise and they use that rounds to break up play and slow down the tempo whenever they had the chance. The fact their 2-0 lead had been attained so easily should have made the job all the more simpler as the gambles were ringing around Anfield at every missed challenge by the host and every occasion one of the visitors went to the ground to halt play. An impassive observed minutes silence for the 34th anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster next week was the only respect shown by Arsenal as they tore into Liverpool's side, who had not conceded at home in the league this year. Bukayo Saka, back in the side as the only change to last weekend's win over Leeds, ran to the defence, and when the ball bounced kindly off Virgil van Dijk, Martinelli fired into the net after just 8 minutes. Liverpool were grateful for Jesus ballooning over an open goal at the far post from a cross by Saka, who was giving left back Robertson numerous problems. But their relief did not last long. After Robertson won a rare 50-50 to dispose Saka and start the move from which he eventually dragged a shot wide, the Scotland captain was caught napping and Martinelli's right wing across sailed over and out of position Van Dijk and onto the head of Jesus, with Liverpool's left back slow to react. Van Dijk was also clearly rattled and received a rare booking for kicking out Jesus as he stepped past him. Liverpool were experimenting with Alexander-Arnold stepping into a midfield role, akin to that of John Stones in Manchester City's victory over them last weekend. But it was the right back's contre-tips with Xhaka which finally produced a response from the home side. Salah had poked wide on the angle with only goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale to beat, but when Curtis John and Diego Jota combined down the left, the Egyptian converted from close range at the far post via Jordan Henderson's touch. Hazardous interval altercations prompted an energized second-half performance from Liverpool, and just 7 minutes in Robbie Holding fouled Jota only for Salah to push his penalty wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post. It was Salah's second successful failure from the spot, having failed with an equaliser attempt at Bournemouth last month. Darwin Núñez was put through only for Ramsdale to save, but another substitute, Firmino, equalized with his 11th goal in 15 appearances against the Gunners when he nodded home an Alexander-Arnold cross. Salah then voled over before Ramsdale tipped the Egyptian's carrying shot around the post and then dived at Konate to keep out his close-range effort.